Hi, today I want to talk briefly about alternative data or big data, but I want to think about it from the perspective of a security analyst. Now, certainly there are many, many applications for this type of data, but I want to think about it from our perspective. And I'm sure you are very well aware of this data, but the question really is awareness is one thing, and actually doing something with the data to get ahead of your competition is another thing. Now, another great graphic from Visual Capitalist. But the point here is that this type of data is growing at a massive speed. Think that this type of data peaked at about a 60 some percent growth rate in 2013, still growing somewhere around 40%. So, and at around 40%, that means that every 2 years, we're generating as much data as we generated up until that point throughout the entire human history. Also equates to somewhere around 1.7 megabytes per second or 147 gigabytes per day per person on this planet. This also means, because of this data out there, that the data analytics business itself is growing at an incredible speed. Again, you're probably well aware of this, but there are multiple types of data. For example, there's device generated data and there's human generated data. And then the data itself can vary. You think about natural language. I was working on some natural language processing code that would enable me to analyze, footnote data and or call transcript data, looking for patterns in that data to help me either analyze industries or trends in a company. Think about time series data. So this could be something as simple as satellite data that shows us changes in parking lot capacities at malls or Walmart or whatever it might be, or changes in the capacity of oil storage containers, things of this nature. So there's tons and tons of data out there that is not financial statement data. And are you using it? It is tons and tons of data out there. So along with the idea of there being so much data out there, it turns out, there's so much data, it's so massive that really, as a human being, we cannot possibly tackle it, right? That means that data analysis is going to be and is becoming a gigantic business. Think about just the amount of data on the internet. It would take the average person over 1 billion years just to go through that data. Of course, that's just a small fraction of the alternative big data out there. That means we are absolutely going to have to create automated analytics systems. Also, given the fact that a lot of this data is not structured, we can't categorize it. We can't sort it. We're going to need new types of database structures. Traditional data warehouses just cannot handle this type of information. We're going to have to use machine learning and artificial intelligence to get at this data, and many, many more things. This is just going to be a big challenge. It is a big challenge. And where you are in this process is going to affect how you end up succeeding versus your peers. So again, if you're a security analyst and you're just using financial statement data, you are missing out on patterns and insights. No questions about it. You really need to think about, how are you going to incorporate this data? How are you going to get at this data? How are you going to use it to get a leg up on your competition? Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day.